What's up, all the Gunpla fans? Welcome back to another episode of Team Zeon. If you are first time here, welcome to Team Zeon. Mainly you will find a lot of HG build in this channel, but it don't mean that I don't build master grade, perfect grade, or real grade. Anything have to do with Gunpla I build, or maybe sometime not Gundam I build too. As always, I have to thank all my subscribers. Thank you for your support. Your support is my biggest motivation to continue to create more videos. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I put the link below, where you can find more picture about my build. Every single build after I finish the video, I will upload a lot of picture on Instagram and Facebook. Feel free to browse around. As always, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. The most important thing is, if you don't want to miss any future video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. We have more coming. So that's it for the blah blah blah. Today's episode, MS-07B-3 Gouf Custom. I am super excited about today's video. It's back to another Zeon mobile suit. Of course, a mono eye mobile suit. It's been a long time, the last time that I built Zeon MS. As you can see, the box, the Gouf Custom is for Mobile Suit Gundam, the 08 MS team. If you haven't watched the anime, I highly recommend you go check it out. It's very different, very different. You know, if you're used to Gundam, see the wing Gundam, that one Gundam can destroy the whole army, it's not gonna happen over here. It's definitely a very good show. It's all about the pilot. We back to the kit. This kit is very fantastic. It's not an expensive kit. I believe I picked up this on my hobby local shop. They're doing a 50% off half price as a good deal. So I picked this up, and then I start to think about the project of Gouf. So this is what I came out with. Very simple build. If you just build straight from the box, probably 1 hour you can finish the whole build. But I add a lot of detail on this build. That's one thing that I want to talk about this kit. You know, this is something it's just very detailed. I'm not sure my camera can pick up. You see this part over here? That's a little lock that you can lock it in. That's why? Because this thing is, his weapon is kind of big. So for him to lift up his hand like this for no problem for long period of time, so Bandai decided to add a little gadget in there. So that actually you can lock the hand up, so and make it more strong and stable and hold the weapon up. This is something very, very cool that Bandai doing for a very cheap kit. You know, a lot of people worry about this kit, that can he lift up the big Gatling gun like this with one hand. I'm telling you, it's definitely no problem, because this little gadget over here, it did the job. Super cool. Another thing like custom make is this saw over here. You know, it got big gun, tiny saw, so I decided to add on something bigger. So I make this because recently I played too much Monster Hunter, so I think he deserves a big saw, a great saw. Today I want to talk about how often you actually buying a model kit. And you know, as Bandai, a big company, you know, the way that they make money and business, right? Of course, they keep releasing a lot of kit every month. But should you following buying kit every month that Bandai release or not? That's a question. I remember when I started the hobby, I was going crazy. I bought like 15 kit a week, and unstoppable. I keep going and going on until at the point that I find out I bought all the kit but I don't build. That's one of the questions you have to ask yourself. You buy the kit, but did you build? You know, I see a lot of people keep buying the kit, but they don't build. At the end, they have to sell the kit back because the lack of money. This is something that we have to think when we actually step into the this hobby. This hobby is not cheap. It's quite expensive. You know, if you want to dig in more, like the airbrush and all the paint, all the stuff, you know, the kit itself, of course, it costs reasonable price. If you go in HG, but master grade, it can up to $100. Perfect grade, we talk about like $200-300. So you really need to think about it when you going deeper with the hobby. Because a lot of time I see a lot of people keep buying a lot of kit. At the end, they cannot afford any more, and then they have to give up the hobby. They have to sell the kit. This is something that I don't really want to see. You know, I happy everybody get into the hobby, but at the time that you have to think about it, you know, don't fall in the trap that what Bandai did, that they release it and you go buy every month. For now, what I'm doing is every time when I'm purchasing a kit, as I've been thinking about the next project first. You know, what I'm going to do with this kit. After I finish this and then I start the next one, I don't really go out and keep buying a new kit that Bandai released. I can tell you for the past 30-year experience that I have, I don't really miss anything that what Bandai released, you know, because you know the technology is keep improving. Something that very good that today in 2020, it don't mean 10 years later is going to be as good as what 20 years later. You know, we know what I'm talking about. Like this model over here is 2010. If you compare this over here to the origin one, of course the origin one is much more improving than this one. So if you look at the difference, and I can guarantee, you know, your build is not as fast as what Bandai releasing. If you keep chasing what Bandai releasing and keep buying at the end that you didn't finish all your build, that's one of the problems, you know. Because when you buying the kit that you want to build, but at the end you keep buying it, you not build, that's some sort of like it don't make sense. Like, you know, what I'm trying to say is look at this 3 Gouf over here. We got the regular Gouf, and then we got the Gouf Custom, and we got the Origin Gouf. This is from 2016, 2010, and 2015. If you look at the year, you would think this one is the more advanced one. But this is the reissue one that what Bandai fixed most of the problem from the old one, and then they reissue. And it's not much different than the old one, only some part is much more detailed and the movement is improving. I'm trying to say, if you didn't buy the old original Gouf and then you buy this one, the 2016 release, then at some point that you actually, yeah, it's a good deal, because this one, everything is improving from the old one. And the custom, Bandai haven't reissued the Gouf Custom yet, so this is the only HG that they have. And I'm not complaining, this one is actually pretty nice, but if you move to the origin one, this is a very big deal, because everything is much more detailed than those two over here. One of the biggest detail is this over here, the movement. That's something that you cannot do with those two. Very limited. This one, if we move, it come out. Same thing with this. But this one over here, we all know the origin is very high quality HG. The quality of this one is way better than those two. So what I'm trying to say, if you want to buy something that what the old one, or you want to buy something with more advanced, that's what the problem we having over here with the Gunpla. You know, if you miss something that what Bandai released today, and when you look at 10 years later and Bandai released that model, and then when you do a comparison, you don't really miss anything because you're buying the more advanced one. I'm not sure I got this right, but when you get into the hobby, especially like Gunpla, the whole fundamental of building a Gunpla is build. That's what it is. And I know they have a lot of different type of fan out there. Some fan is after they're watching the anime, they're into Gundam, and then they keep buying a kit, and then they do build, but at the point is they are more into the anime instead on the build. And there's another type of fan is they just get into the hobby, and then they have no idea how deeply they step into. They keep buying a lot of kit, but they don't build. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be as fast as Bandai released, because Bandai have planned every single month they have a lot of kit to release. So if you keep chasing Bandai and buying it and you not build, at the end you're stuck with all the kit. That's why I see a lot of people, they try to sell the kit because they have to give up the hobby. This is something that very sad as a Gunpla hobbyer, and I saw some people actually give up the hobby because they cannot afford any more. So this is what I'm trying to bring out the message here. When you start the hobby, you know, don't just keep buying it and then you not build. And you have to ask yourself, when you step in this hobby, what type of situation you're gonna face in the future, you know? Because we all know Bandai as a business company, you know how they're making money. They will not stop releasing any model. You know, the reason right now that you find a lot of Gundam show on YouTube for free is that's how they're marketing. So as more people reaching the Gundam, and then they can sell more kit. But at the same time, should you follow Bandai every month and buying a new kit? There's something that you have to think about it. And I wish you can experience what I experienced too. As always, when you're building a Gunpla, don't rush, have patience. If you're feeling tired, take a break, continue next day. Don't rush. We're not fighting with time over here. We're actually building something that look very artistic. And that's it for today's video. As always, if you love the video, give me a like, a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. I want to hear from you, how you like the hobby and what does hobby do to you. You know, leave me a comment and let me know, you know. And as always, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future video. And that's it for today's video. And I hope everybody have a happy build. And I am Yamasaki from Team Zeon. See you.